What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to Harry the Horse Barbecue, and today we are making some Texas style spare ribs on the FatStack backyard smoker. That's right, we're gonna season these simply with salt and pepper, put them on that rib rack of the FatStack, hit them with a simple glaze, and we'll find out if this FatStack can cook up some killer Texas style spares. Let's get it.
Harry the Horse Barbecue.
Now, we all are super familiar with the Texas style spare rib, and we all know that the spare ribs are the bony backsides of the belly meat of the pig. When going Texas style, you gotta go full spares, and that's what we're doing today. Most Texas style joints are hitting those spare ribs with a combination of 16 mesh black pepper and some diamond crystal kosher salt. They'll throw the spares on the smoker, let them accumulate some really good smoke, and then most of these joints will wrap those ribs in foil, and some joints will even hit those spares with a simple syrup glaze. You get the simplicity of salt and pepper, a beautiful clean smoke flavor, and a little sweetness from either a sauce or a simple syrup spritz. So we're going super simple with these spares today so we can see what that FatStack is capable of. This FatStack is marketed to have a rib rack, meaning the upper rack of the FatStack is dedicated for rib cooking. I'm gonna see if that's true today, and I'm gonna throw those ribs on the upper rack. So in order to make these Texas style spares, we gotta go shopping for some spare ribs. Spare ribs. These spare ribs are looking pretty good. I picked up this rack of spare ribs from my local grocery store, and you know my rule where you always gotta buy 2 racks. This is nearly a full rack of spare ribs. The only thing that's missing is the chine bone or the breastbone that has been taken off already. So enough horsing around, let's get these spare ribs out of the pack. All right, y'all, you've seen me trim up spares plenty of times on the channel. We're gonna start by taking the skirt meat off. Skirt. Not worried about the membrane at all. Flip it around. Want to make sure we fan it out a bit. I'm going to take off this last bone here. Square up the rack a little bit. That's looking nice. And then the last thing we have to do is just give it some shape. With a couple quick maneuvers of the knife, you've got yourself a nice Texas style full spare, trimmed up, aerodynamic, and ready for that FatStack. I'm gonna quickly trim up the next rack because I'm always cooking too, and then we'll get to our simple seasoning. All right, I got my 2 racks of full spares all trimmed up and ready to go. Now it's time to just hit them with our super simple Texas seasoning. In this container, I have approximately 2 parts Chud 16 mesh black pepper, 1 part diamond crystal kosher salt, maybe a wee bit more of salt than that. Let's mix it up. Good enough for me. No binders today because we're going that super traditional Texas style. I think most places may use a mustard binder. Some places just kind of go straight on with it. Don't be scared to season your ribs. No under-seasoned ribs around here, y'all. And with the 2 parts salt, 1 part black pepper, you're not gonna oversalt them. Quick pat and a flip around. Have I ever done just a simple Texas spare on this channel? But man, am I excited for these. This little patch of fat on the spares, you can hit that with a little extra pepper, a little extra seasoning, because it's gonna start to render, and as it does, you don't want it to wash away your bark. Right there, just a little extra. That salt and pepper is looking beautiful on these spares. I can't wait to see what the FatStack does with these bad mamma jammas. These Texas style spares are all seasoned up and they're ready for the cooker. So let's go fire up the cooker. Bucket of wood chips. Found the jankiest pieces of wood in my wood pile. Sweet. All right, y'all, the FatStack is running at about 275 right now, which is a little hot. By the time we get those ribs on, we'll stabilize temps anywhere between 225 and 250 because we're cooking on that upper rack, so we don't want it to be too hot in the upper rack territory. But enough horsing around. Let's go grab those spare ribs and get them on. Let's go. Some super simple Texas spares on the FatStack. Let's see how the FatStack does with these. Let's get them on. Up and under, okay. Pull out our rib rack. Wee bit smoky in there. We're gonna go just like that. All right, y'all, we got these ribs on the rib rack of the FatStack. I've got a water pan in the smoker on its designated water pan shelf. I've got the damper about a quarter of the way closed, and our fire is gonna be maintaining temps around 250 degrees. We're gonna check back in a couple of hours to see what the color is looking like. Then we're gonna wrap them in aluminum foil and hit them with a simple syrup glaze. But until then, let's close it down. Boom, shakalaka. All right, y'all, we're about 3 hours in on these Texas style spares on the FatStack. Let's open it up and check them out. Up and under, okay. Ooh, those are looking so red and smoky. No wonder they call this a rib rack. Come take a look. That pepper is set, that fat is starting to render. Woohoo! A little dark on these ends, so I'll probably give them a little rotation, but that's nothing a little spritz can't fix. That color's looking good. I'm gonna rotate them. Not only did I rotate them around, but I also swapped their positions just for some ultimate even cooking. These are looking great. All we did was spritz with some apple cider vinegar. We're gonna keep rocking the temps at 250 because this FatStack has been purring at 250. While we let these rock out, let's go make that simple syrup glaze. Let's go. Gotta close it down first. Let's go. Let's make our quick and easy simple syrup glaze. We're gonna go in with about a cup of water, a cup of apple cider vinegar, and 2 cups of brown sugar. Onto the heat till the sugar dissolves, and then we have our simple syrup glaze. Our simple syrup glaze is done, and we're just gonna let it cool down, transfer it to a squirt bottle, hit our ribs with it. Take a look at these beauties. They're looking good. Hit them with some spritz. No need to even flip these during the cook. That FatStack does all the work for you. And these have been on for about 4.5 hours. We'll keep them wrapped for anywhere between 30 minutes to an hour. Now what am I gonna do while these ribs are wrapped and I'm just waiting for them to finish? Do rhymes with blue. You see a blue? Where? There's our blue. I know what I'll do. Barbecuing is so fun. All right, y'all, about 6 hours on these ribs. You can see they've got a nice flex going on. So these are just about done, and we're gonna hit them with our simple syrup glaze in these little rib boats. These ribs are smelling and looking amazing. Now we're just gonna hit them with our simple syrup glaze. They're gonna be savory, sweet, and downright delicious. We're gonna let this glaze tack up for about 10-15 minutes. Pull them, rest them, slice them, eat them. Let's get it. Let's go to Rib Town. It's rib time. These are some pretty looking ribs. That FatStack with that rib rack did some work. Oh, you can't forget the goods, y'all. Whew, shiny like a hiney. Nicely done. These ribs are looking so amazing. That FatStack just keeps blowing me away. I am just in disbelief, but I can't wait any longer. I gotta dig into these. OMGZ, that's looking good. Super glistening, nice and red. Whew, you already know this is gonna be good. Oh man, oh my God. Just take it away from me already. These FatStack spare ribs are not horsing around. I could eat this whole rack right now. It's so simple, but it's so good. The little Daniel Vaughn test, it passes. It's so simple. You get the pork right up front, that pork flavor, that clean smoke, and then you get that pepper and saltiness with a little hint of that sweetness and a little tanginess from that vinegar. It's just like a perfectly balanced rib. How is this cooker batting 1,000? I have no idea. Ugh, not a bad thing coming off of it. Oh, that little hint of sweetness is just so good on these ribs. Sometimes you get ribs that are overly sweet. Sometimes you get ribs that need a little sweetness. This is a perfect balance right in the middle. Y'all gotta try this out. It's a sign of a rib that has been cooked to perfection. These Texas style spare ribs off the FatStack are so good, I just can't stop. Hello. You got that perfect smoke ring, perfect texture. Watch this bite through straight to the bone. When they come out this delicious, you just can't stop. These ribs have a nice bark on the outside, super peppery, they're sticky, they're sweet. This is my perfect rib. Unreal. Yeah, we made the FatStack ribs, and you know I'm calling dibs. Got that simple syrup glaze, it's got flavor for days. Slice them up, that's right for dinner. I'm chowing down, it's a winner. Yeah, they're sticky and they're sweet, and you know they can't be beat. Got the rub and the sauce, man, that FatStack is a boss. Yeah, you heard this from a horse named Harry. Hit that sub button, make this channel legendary. Whoo! Fire rhymes. FatStack, what can't you do? You know it ain't good unless you're licking your fingers. Fire rhymes, fire ribs. Hit that subscribe button. Thank you all for tuning in to Harry the Horse Barbecue. I really appreciate you checking out this video. I hope this FatStack series is giving y'all some good insight on cooking the basics on this brand new cooker, showing off its capabilities and how great of a backyard smoker it actually is. Make sure you subscribe to the channel below. I know you want to do it and it really helps me out. So hit that subscribe button below. You know we got that super crispy and sticky bark on the outside of these Texas style spares. So go ahead and leave a like on this video. Leave a comment down below with your thoughts on how the FatStack cooked up these Texas style spares, and if you've tried the simple syrup glaze method. Make sure you hit that notification bell so you get notified every time we're posting new content, and you can follow me on Instagram at Harry the Horse Barbecue. Tag me so I can see what y'all are cooking because it really inspires me to get outside and cook. And with that being said, there's only one more thing, y'all. This one is going straight to the horse's mouth. We'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.